Hi, y'all. If you indulge me for just like one moment, I have a great love of music. I don't play a thing, but I've always wanted to have a photo like I do. So hold on. Let's just Okay, amazing, amazing. I love you too. I love you too. So yeah, this is amazing. Thank you, Tahlsound, for inviting me. I wrote a book of poetry. It took me 25 years to get the courage to even really call myself a poet. So the fact that I am here reading at a music festival, like my life feels so amazing. So I just want to thank you all for being here. So my book of poetry is called Black Girl at the Intersection. And I have written this because of love and because we need to have some tough conversations. And so what this poetry collection is an invitation for you to see me, and I hope that you will invite me to see you so that we can stop harming one another. So I'm gonna get right to it. This first piece, I've divided this up into supplications, so they are pleas that I am making to the reader, and tonight I'll be making these pleas to you. Supplication 1. When you see me throughout this day, ask me to circle with you. Ask me what it's like to be here, to be in this skin and where I find joy. Ask me of my stillness, sadness, and where the grief begins. Ask me if it ever hardens my blood. When you see me stay, don't fear this intimacy. There is shared history in this glance. Please ask me how I see what I see and how I know what I know. 11 risks in a day. 1, to wake up. 2, to leave my bed. 3, to look in the mirror again. 4, to entertain the voices in my head. 5, to read a poem. 6, to write a poem. 7, to ask my mother for the truth again. 8, to forget where I came from. 9, to remember where I came from. 10, to claim my own life. 11, to fall asleep once more. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This next poem is called Prompt. Prompt. Write the image you see. Use the word that comes next. Follow that word with another word and another word until there are no more words, until you can no longer find another single word. I see a black man's face. I see a black man's face smashed into the pavement. This time, his name is George. I see George's black face smashed into the pavement, and his face takes me back to my cousin's black face, and what my cousin's black face must have looked like when they forced him off the cliff. I see white-faced rage lashing against his black back. I see uniformed cop with knee in his black neck. I see my cousin's black baby face smiling back at my own black face. My eyes haven't fallen upon his black face since we were 19. Write the image you see. Use the word that comes next. Follow that word with another word and another word until there are no more words, until you can no longer find another single word. I see a gray casket. I see a gray casket filled with a black body. This time it is Eric's black body. I see Eric's black body in a gray casket. This is Eric Richardson, not Eric Garner. Eric Richardson died before Eric Garner. I see Eric Richardson's son seated on the first pew of the church. I hear Eric Garner's daughter cry out from behind a megaphone. I see me. I see me stand. I see me stand above Eric's casket. I see me sob and try to find words. I see me try to find words to lay to rest another cousin, another black body. Eric Richardson, not Eric Garner. I do not know Eric Garner. Eric Richardson died before Eric Garner. I see Eric's mother tremble in grief. I see people fan her face to give her air. I see Eric's child. I see Eric's children's pain. I do know Eric Garner. I touch Eric Richardson's black body. He is as cold as ice. I feel this cold as familiar. I have seen too much, touched too many black bodies. Prompt, write what it's like to try to hang on to your black mind when there are so many black futures in the ground. Thank you. This one I call a question of beauty. I am a little brown girl. I am cautioned too much time in the sun will make me a black girl. No one knows how I long to be a black girl. They don't know I have always believed sun-soaked skin is a superpower, or how I love to be in the water all day long, to emerge with a body that knows it is filled with sunshine. They don't know about the day I ate psychedelics for the first time, and how I baptized myself without covering my hair. They don't know how I felt there was a rebellion inside me. Nobody knows that was the day I became beautiful, and still, no one knows how hard it is never to forget that day. Let's see here. I'll leave you with one more. This is going to be my last one. Part of this, I told you it took 25 years to do this. And so in this, I've been sitting with memories of my grandmother, smells. I had some beautiful, beautiful women who raised me. And so I call this a prayer for sweetness in memory of Ada Bell Jones, my grandmother. She brought the cooker. It was the big, dark blue one, speckled with tiny white dots, the one with the wobbly wooden handles, the one that reminds me of a starry night. This cooker signified it was my time now. She said this cooker was used by Miss Ada, the one she taught me to use. Now it is the cooker I will teach you to use. This, the cooker with over 100 years of love and of lessons learned and of life lived. This cooker's been heated up, been filled in, stirred up, poured from, all this done with her hands, then with my hands, soon with your own. These apples, these are Jonathan's apples. They are sweet and a little bit sour. Life can be like that, sweet and a little sour. I believe somewhere in between the two is where grace lives. Peel, 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 chop, chop, chop. We don't mind if some of those chunks are larger than the others. That's what makes it our apple butter. It's how you know over 100 years of love and of lessons learned and of life lived is going into this batch. Now let's use one of those mason jars over there on the counter. You're gonna fill it up with some water. That little bit of water with all those apple chunks is gonna go a very long way. Let the apples boil down now. We're gonna give them some time. It's only with time you can really live a life, make some mistakes, recover, and then turn around and laugh till your stomach's tight and your cheeks hurt. Come, look at this. Apples boiled down just right. Now we add the cinnamon, followed by the cloves. I love the smell and the strength of cloves. Doesn't that remind you of your grandmother, Ada? Let's not forget the allspice. It's a mixture of all kinds of goodness. I'm not quite sure what's in it, but then I like a bit of mystery. We're getting to my favorite part. Did I tell you that I like doing this with you? You are sweet, just like all this sugar. All my kids have a sweetness about them. Pounds of sugar plus 2 cups. You're gonna taste your way through this. Sweetness, sometimes it takes every granule of sugar to get to the sweetness of over 100 years of love and of lessons learned and of life lived. Other times, even a 1/4 cup is just a bit too much. We risk it, but we always want to have more of the sweet. My prayer for you is that your life is more of the sweet, not to shame the sour, but as your mom, sweetness is my prayer for you. Perhaps this whole batch is a prayer. Your grandmother was a praying woman, faithful, and I'm certain she faithfully prayed for all of us. Maybe it's her prayers that make this apple butter ours. Maybe that's how you know over 100 years of love and of lessons learned and of life lived goes into this batch. Be careful. Those mason jars just came out of that boiling water. Place them on the towel. We have to let them dry. Now let's taste. How is it to you? I think this is exactly what we want. Let's fill all these jars. If some spills on the side, that's okay. We'll just wipe them off. We want the rim to be dry. Time to seal them up. We seal all those prayers and all that sweetness into each one of those jars. And once we hear the tops pop, our work is almost done. I told you the best part is in the sweetness, but I really think it's in the giving it away. The apple butter is how we show we care. We offer 100 years of love, of lessons learned, and of life lived. We share more than 100 years of sweetness, and we pass on enough prayer to last a lifetime. Daughter, I really love doing this with you. Thank you all.